JSU, it's about to go down.
Yeah, this is a Gimme 5 show with Walker and Tiffany. Yeah. You gon' have to give me 5 fingers on it right now. Wait until they see the strength and hear the win. This Black College Live, I'ma need 5 on it. If they put overtime on it, lights out. You know how I run, this ain't for fun. I've been going dumb, they be still trying to clone it. You are watching Black College Live.
Jackson State in the sip, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow. What's going on down here at J State?
Oh,
it's been a while since we've been up here on the yard in the plaza.
For sure. The plaza is hot. It's been hot. It's been hot because this is the livest HBCU in the country. Go ahead and run out.
Okay. Well, so let me figure out what makes them live. So are they live because they've got the #1 HBCU football team in the country right now? Is that why y'all live? Are they live because they've got the #1 HBCU women's basketball team? Are they live because they've got the nation's, not my opinion, but voted on by the athletic directors of America, the nation's #1 athletic director in the country, Ashley Robinson? That make them live? All that works, but I think what makes it live is these folks right here. Y'all love y'all JSU Tigers right here. That's why they live, kid. That's why they live.
Walker, Tiffany Greene, glad to be back with you for the season premiere of Black College Live. We're going to hear from Coach Chef. You know, he's always cooking up a little something. We got the Divine Nine, a great student body on campus. We're going to talk some HBCU headlines and obviously preview the big home opener, Grambling State versus Jackson State.
That's why we're here. Football game.
All right, let's get into it. HBCU headlines. The top freshman quarterback and player in the FCS last season, Shedeur Sanders. He's one of those players you want to keep your eye on.
Absolutely. I mean, he's the reason why there's so much hope around here. You talk about having a trigger man that can do it. Anytime you've got a premier quarterback, if your quarterback is better than their quarterback, you should win football games. I think Shedeur Sanders is doing that. You look in the Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference, you talk about Davis Richard, quarterback for North Carolina Central. He's playing well. That's why the Eagles are ranked highly up in the HBCU rankings. Quarterback play is essential, and 2 of the premier quarterbacks are Davis Richard and Shedeur Sanders.
Well, let's talk about the interior lineman for Southern University and Jason Dumas, and how about the Buck Buchanan Award winner from a season ago, FAMU's Isaiah Lamb.
Yeah, how Prairie View let Jason Dumas end up at Southern University with an already talented defensive line. That makes them dangerous this season. And Florida A&M, their biggest thing they did was able to keep Isaiah Lamb home. He entered the portal, came back, decided he wanted to play for Willie Simmons and the Rattlers, the reigning Buck Buchanan Player of the Year. He's an impact player. He's the reason why Florida A&M is going to be a team to watch.
Led the nation in sacks and tackles for a loss. You talked about Jason Dumas making that transition over to Southern. How about a number of different coaches finding their way in new places? Eric Dooley returns to Southern University in Baton Rouge. Bubba McDowell now taking over at Prairie View A&M. Hugh Jackson making his SWAC debut at Grambling State. David Wilson over at Morgan State, and of course Eddie Robinson Jr. at Alabama State.
Yeah, I mean, good coaches, all talented in their own right. Wow, but you got to feel for Coach Jackson making his SWAC conference premiere, as you said, against the largest fan base in FCS football here at Jackson State. The G-men are going to have their work cut out for them, taking on a talented JSU squad.
All right, let's get into it some more. We're going to go to break, but don't forget when we come back, we're going to shout out those Greeks of the Week. Divine Nine in the plaza right now here in the SIP. Come back with us for more.
In 1920, an athletic league was formed and slowly became one of the leading sports associations in the world of collegiate athletics, the Southwestern Athletic Conference. Today, the SWAC is looking towards the next century, growing, supporting, and transforming our intercollegiate sports activities for student athletes and promoting academic excellence. Each SWAC member institution represents a high level of integrity and sportsmanship. We are the SWAC, building champions for life.
Week 3 of the season, and not much change at the top of Jay's power rankings.
Absolutely not. Jackson State still the cream of the crop, led by quarterback sensation Shedeur Sanders. But overall, the defense has been the key. Championship caliber defense, leading the FCS in many categories. They're the guys to beat. Coming in at number 2, South Carolina State. Buddy Pugh's football team does what they do well: control the line of scrimmage and play stingy on defense. But now they've added an offensive weapon in terms of Shaq Davis at the wide receiver position, a star in the making. Number 3, Trey Oliver's North Carolina Central Eagles. Look at this impressive resume: beating North Carolina A&T and dominating Winston-Salem State in dominating factor. The Eagles are soaring high. At number 4, I love offense, and they want that down in Baton Rouge. And head coach Eric Dooley in his first year gave them 86 points versus Florida Memorial. We'll forgive him for the loss at LSU. Not supposed to win that game, but look for the Jaguars to be primed to make a run in the SWAC. And at number 5, Florida A&M got their first victory of the season, defeating Albany State at home. Willie Simmons trying to get the Rattlers ready to make another run in SWAC play. The offense is picking it up. They're coming in at the number 5 spot. How about a couple teams that you may not have heard about, but I've got to give them credit. Tennessee State, 0-2, but both of their losses came to teams ranked in the top 10 nationally. Can't fault them for that. And Bowie State, last year's Division II HBCU champions, they're legit.
Let's check out our Star Watch Player of the Week. Give him his flowers. Running back Kendrell Flowers from South Carolina State put up 153 yards and 2 touchdowns against Bethune-Cookman. That's the 3rd highest single-game rushing total of his career. Broke off this 67-yarder and that 33-9 victory.
This is where the formula ends and the magic begins. We take the mold, shake the mold, and break the mold. From late nights in the gym to later nights in the library, we grind. Because if you think greatness is a game, think again. Here, nothing shines unless we all do.
You know, one of those important things on campus is Greek life. Now, Jay, I know you were all into football, so you didn't have much time
too good a football
for
player to be a Greek.
That's what you want.
I'm too good a football.
Look, Greeks represent on the football field in all areas of play, but how about, I got to represent real quick for the lovely ladies of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. Shout out to the Deltas, the Sigmas, the Qs, the Kappas, the Alphas, Iotas, SGAs, and Zeta Phi Beta. You got to hit them all. Divine Nine NPHC. It's a real deal.
I did go to Howard. Like, a lot of those fraternities and sororities were founded on the campus of Howard University. So that don't count for nothing.
Plug, ladies and gentlemen. I don't even know what to do with it. More importantly, thank you all for being here. The Jackson State cheerleaders showing up. They are always supportive. We thank you so much for your attention. Let's check this out. The rich history, legacy of football excellence from both of these programs. You look at Grambling State, 4 Pro Football Hall of Famers: Willie Davis, Charlie Jordan,
Willie Brown, Buck Buchanan.
Buck Buchanan. And then you look on the other side, right? And you've got Lynn Barney, Walter Payton, Jackie Slater, and Robert Brazil. It just doesn't get much better.
Can you slow down?
Okay. Well,
you have to say,
anytime
you have to say Walter Payton. You got to pause.
Period.
Man will swim the deepest sea, cross the widest desert, and climb the highest mountain to reach the once thought unreachable. Jim Brown's all-time rushing record was the Everest for all running backs. But, like Everest, it too fell.
Walter needs 2 to break the record. Quick pitch to Walter, looking for the record, cuts back, he's got it! He's out of it at 25 to the 26-yard line. Walter Payton becomes the National Football League all-time leading rusher, surpassing Jim Brown.
The Bears' first-round draft choice began his assault on Brown's rushing career mark in 1975. and it was clear to the rest of the NFL that nothing or no one would prevent him from reaching that milestone. He was nicknamed Sweetness for his sweet moves, but he lived by the old adage, it is better to give than receive. At career's end, Peyton had established 7 NFL records, including most rushing attempts, most seasons gaining over 1,000 yards, and most rushing touchdowns. Many have played and competed, the number being great for those who failed and were defeated. In attempt to achieve greatness throughout each one's career, the number is few for those who excelled for even just 1 year. But one man with style, one man with class, achieved greatness whose records may never be surpassed. He endured through it all, for he was not to be outdone. And at career's end, he stood tall. Ladies and gentlemen, Walter Payton.
Let me add some flavor. They're missing one. Jimmy Smith needs to be in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. If y'all youngsters don't know, Jimmy Smith was a bad boy, all-time leading receiver in Jacksonville Jaguar history. They need a newcomer. I'm making my plug for Jimmy Smith to get to the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
All right, I like that plug, and let's also plug NFL Films. We thank them for providing us with that great look back. So, Jay, we talk a lot of football, okay? And so we're going to keep talking a lot of football. But when we come back, we're going to hit you up with Jay's Gimme 5, the hottest HBCUs in the country. Where will Jackson State fall? You got to come back to find out.
In 1920, an athletic league was formed and slowly became one of the leading sports associations in the world of collegiate athletics, the Southwestern Athletic Conference. Today, the SWAC is looking towards the next century, growing, supporting, and transforming our intercollegiate sports activities for student athletes and promoting academic excellence. Each SWAC member institution represents a high level of integrity and sportsmanship. We are the SWAC, building champions for life.
Jackson State University. Thank you so much to the cheerleading squad. We thank you so much for being here. Okay, so we are going to get into the favorite segment for many, Jay's Gimme 5.
All right, how about this, folks? How about I'm going to give you right now, this is Jay's Gimme 5, the 5 livest/hottest HBCUs in the country. The 5 hottest. Starting off at number 5. The Rattlers of Florida A&M down in Tallahassee. Will Packer influence there. On and off the field, FAMU comes in at number 5, and they've established a rivalry with JSU right away, didn't they? Number 4, I'm going with Spelman College down in Atlanta. That alumni base they've got there in the AUC, they're doing a lot of great things down there. Number 3 was a school that was number 1 a couple years ago. Let's go to Greensboro, North Carolina. North Carolina A&T, the Aggies were hot, but you hear it right there, Aggie fans, but they've got a lot to be proud of. World class, they're the largest HBCU by enrollment. They've got a world-class track and field club. They're the number 3 hottest HBCU. Number 2, let's go up to the Mecca, Washington, D.C., Howard University. We've got the Vice President of the United States, record enrollment, grew by 29% there. Howard comes in as the 2nd hottest HBCU in the country. And the number 1 hottest HBCU in the country, come on now. Jackson State got it. They got it. Hey, it is what it is. That's what we used to say. My folks just tell me, it is what it is. Football team is good. Enrollment is up. Great tailgate. They lead the FCS in attendance. They're just hot right now. Everybody's talking about it. And on the bubble, they're not going to like to see it, but making it on the bubble that I see is not in the top 5, but they're close. South Carolina State University. Winners of the HBCU reigning national champions, South Carolina State. That's Jay's Gimme 5. You want to talk about it? Hit me up on Black College Live.
I love it. The boos and the oohs throughout that descending order of the hottest HBCUs, but you heard how they felt about number 1. All right, let's jump into a quick game preview. Jay, we talked about Hugh Jackson coming over from the NFL. Last stop, of course, with Tennessee State as the offensive coordinator. Now he is the leader of the G-men. He will face off against the Coach Prime Jackson State Tigers.
No, they're good. I mean, obviously, they were good last year. I think they're good this year. They got really good personnel. They know how to play. They do a great job schematically. It'll be a tall challenge, but we're excited about the opportunity to play them.
When you look at this matchup, what stands out to you?
If Grambling's going to have a chance of winning this football game, they have to run the football. Their best players are their running backs, and they can run with the best of them there. If Coach Jackson can come up with a plan to slow down the aggressive Jackson State defense, they've got a chance. For your Jackson State, defense wins championship. The offense, a little bit down last week. They didn't put the ball in the end zone as much as they wanted to, but they still had over 400 yards of total offense. They still have the star power there. So those are some of the intangibles where I think it could be a very competitive game. But make no doubt about it, we can't predict the game because we're calling the game tomorrow, but Jackson State's the number 1 team in the country for a reason.
Coach Jackson is a tremendous coach. They're a much better team than we played, I think, in the first spring that we played against them. And they have a tremendous running game. We got to make them throw the football and make them become accurate. That's the goal.
But since I can't call the game, doesn't mean we're not going to predict the game.
Not at all. That means Coach Shep has to come through. Give us a little favor.
Our resident chef.
I just need a little.
Okay, well, so Coach, yeah, I'm going to tear these ribs up. I see you got baby backs. We got some sausage here. Man, a few words right there. So, Coach, we all want to know, last year you had a great record predicting games. Who's going to win the game between Jackson State and Grambling tomorrow?
Well, I don't think I'll get out here alive if I did not go with JSU.
All right.
You heard it from Coach Chef. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the Greeks will assemble as they're going to take us out. We're going to stroll on out from Black College live here from the plaza in the SIP, ladies and gentlemen. For Jay Walker, I'm Tiffany Greene saying, we out.
Yeah, this is a Gimme 5 show with Jay Walker and Tiffany. Yeah. You gon' have to give me 5 fingers on it right now. Wait until they see the strength and hear the win. It's Black College Live, I'ma need 5 on it. If they put overtime on it, lights out. You know how I run, this ain't for fun. I been going done, they be still trying to clone it. From FAMU to Grambling, I'm on it. Stand on it, marching 100 how you want it. Before you see me blitz, might see a twitch. They think it was a glitch, went from player to a owner.